We're thankful for you. Premier Heating and Air is thankful for you and now offering a $2,000 rebate on a new system, plus a $2,000 tax credit on qualifying systems. Call Premier Heating and Air today or log on to premierishere.com and experience a Premier difference today. No service call fees with repairs. For a 99-cent Premier Club membership has awesome perks, including no service call fee with repairs. Get details today from Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company.
Welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm here with head coach and district athletic director of Dublin High School, Roger Holmes. Coach, coming off a big victory in the Shamrock Bowl behind us here over Dodge County last week, 22-16. Dodge came in here with that high-flying offense of theirs, jumped ahead of us, jumped on top of us. I mean, a couple of 35, 36-yard touchdown passes, and boom, they were ahead of us 13-0. It's kind of like the way this team's kind of played this year, and I hate to say it, it's kind of like my Georgia Bulldogs. You're getting down early, and then I noticed, I looked at the stats thanks to Brent Tanner, and after that, in the first quarter, I don't believe they scored but 3 points the rest of the game. Dublin fought hard, had a great break by Jamarcus Knight, picked up a fumble and used that track speed and ran down there in the corner and got us a touchdown before half. Kind of a spark. The crowd was like, what are we going to do? You know, and J-Man stepped up and did something for us. Came back out, and I believe we did get the kickoff the second half, and I think we used almost 9 of the 12 minutes in the quarter on a long drive. Jeff Davis snuck one in there for a touchdown and, put us ahead there. And from there on out, Coach, we rely pretty much on the defense, you know. That no-fly zone back there, as used to call it years ago. Those guys stepped up. They did. That quarterback from Eastman over there, I believe we kind of held him to about 125 yards passing and maybe rushing 68 yards. So overall, great defensive night for your Fighting Irish.
A good night. I'm not going to call it a great night because the first quarter wasn't great.
Yeah.
You know, as the game went on, I think there's no question that our kids adapted to the speed, the athleticism that Dodge County brought in here. You know, one of the hardest things to do sometimes is actually be able to simulate
the
game speed of the opponent that you're going to play. That young man's got a very, very strong arm.
He's going somewhere, no doubt.
And they've got some people that can move around and do some good things. We were not able to get to him with any type of regularity. I'm not sure we even had a sack
we had an interception.
But we did get to where we were around him and making him move around and throw the ball through some traffic, and that helped. And obviously, you mentioned the interception, which was a huge play from Quan Lovett. I think that's the second one he's had this year in the same type scenario. They were trying to run a screen. He sniffed it out. If he hadn't have been there, we looked like our Mike linebacker was sitting where he needed to be to handle the screen. And actually, I heard one of my coaches on the sideline right before that, watch the screen. Right. They had, from your tendencies and your film breakdown, it showed up there. But, we gave up a long touchdown pass and then, 2 of them. The one, we were in man coverage and we just got beat on an inside route. The second one, we were in a zone coverage and we had some bad eyes, is what you like to say.
Right.
We weren't necessarily looking at our key and allowed somebody to get by us. And, going into the playoffs, that's got to change. Now, from an offensive standpoint, they did something just a tad different than what we had prepared for, but not something that should have been a factor. But I think we might have had the ball for only 18 snaps in the first half, and that wasn't all because the defense was playing poorly. A lot of it had to do with we weren't getting after it up front, and that was the challenge to start the second half was whoever's going to win this football game is the team that really needs it the most. And, you know, I don't want to skip over. I'm kind of talking about coming in at halftime, but I thought we were on the verge now of really getting blown out of that football game when Jamarcus Knight not only made the contact that caused the fumble, he scooped it and scored, gave us a chance to get some momentum going into the half. And we knew we had the ball to start the second half. Teams, and because I think we haven't been great in our opening defensive drive of the game, teams are choosing to take the football on their opening drive. And, you know, that can be advantageous or it can be an issue. But personally, I've always been a coach that wants to defer to the second half.
Make your adjustments.
See what adjustments we need to make based on what their game plan was defensively, and then come out in the second half. And that's what we did the other night. And we went to a lot of our option game. And Dontavius Cannon had a phenomenal night.
19 rushes for
101 yards is what they had him down for. And probably out of those 19, 17 of those were in the second half. So he rolled up his sleeves and went to work pounding the football. And Jeff Davis did a real good job of reading the option, making the determinations of when to give it and when to keep it. Our offensive line continued to lean on them and push on them, and I think we got a little bit better as the night went on.
You may have asked at halftime for those guys maybe to step it up a little.
Well, I'm sure that was somewhere in that message. But, you know, the reality of it is we've got to do a better job of getting out of the gate early, not digging ourselves a hole, because in the playoffs, everybody that's in the playoffs is a pretty darn good football team. And we know exactly what we got coming to town because it's a team we've already played in Washington County. And after we go in and take a look at some of these highlights from this past Friday night's game, we'll talk about the playoffs and what's coming down the road.
Right. Coach, great victory over the Dodge County Indians. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some more Dublin football.
Hi, I'm Tom Domine. Here at Dublin with Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From mowing to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin with Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Fairview Fitness Center, open 24/7 with staffed hours available every day. Fairview Fitness Center, serving our community for over 30 years. Push your fitness further with our gym facilities, fitness classes, freestyle areas, and more. Join today and see the benefits of a healthy life. All new members are provided with a complete health assessment upon request, and new members are provided with a fitness orientation to familiarize themselves with exercise equipment, all by one of our staff exercise physiologists. For more information, call 353-1900. Visit us at 200 Industrial Boulevard behind Fairview Hospital, or log on to fairviewfitness.com.
Friendly Gus is fuel good food. Whether you're grabbing a quick cup of coffee on your way to work or filling up for a big road trip, Friendly Gus will be there to make sure you have what you need. And with over 20 locations, a Friendly Gus store is always nearby. So stop by Friendly Gus today. And don't forget to shop Cochran Brothers Cash and Carry for all your bulk item needs. Come by today and see why Friendly Gus has been serving Middle Georgia for over 100 years.
Hello fans, Ben Knight for Farmer State Bank. Friday night football and Farmer State Bank. As easy as FSB. Dedication, hustle, trust, commitment, and teamwork. Giving our all every day, just as our local football teams do every Friday night. Join us at Farmer State Bank and support your local team. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back. Coach, here we are at the Shamrock Bowl Friday night here against Dodge County. Let's roll with some highlights.
I'll roll them. I hear you. All right, looks like right off the bat right here, we're starting out with some offensive highlights. And Dontavius Cannon running the inside veer, and he's up in there pretty good. And what a good surge by the offensive line. You know, there's the fullback running. He's picking up 5 yards right off the bat.
Big night for Dontavius Friday night. I mean,
Yep.
Really helped us.
Another inside veer giving the ball to Dontavius, and that one picked up 10 yards. So establishing the fullback was really a whole lot of our success as the night went on. They didn't do a great job of containing and taking care of the fullback on the veer. Jeff's doing a really good job of reading it, making the right decisions, because that, you know, when it's snapped, 95% of the time when we run that play, the quarterback is making the decision whether he should give it, whether he keeps it and runs it, or whether he should pitch it. And Jeff's gotten better each week with doing that. A huge play right here by, I think that was 51, Jalen Daugherty. A little swing route to the back out of the backfield. I thought our defensive ends ended up doing a really good job as the night went on of playing.
I love it. Yeah, and Daugherty both had tremendous games Friday night.
There's, looks like, let me get a look here again. Yep, that's Daugherty again. They're trying to run a little jet sweep. He's at the defensive end up top. Strings out the block, gets off the block, and is able to make the play right there for no gain. Heck of a defensive play for us.
Daugherty's gotten stronger and stronger as the year goes on.
He's made a lot of strides, you know, and he's got to just continue to get better. Here's a nice little quick 3-step route, a little hitch route out to Will Wallace. Hoping we could make a DB miss and turn it into a long run, but
it was close.
Kid made a nice open field tackle. Play they've had a lot of success with right here. This is their form of the buck sweep out of the shotgun. Nice play again right here out of our defensive end, getting some penetration upfield. That was Daugherty again, making a heck of a play. Same play going back the other way toward Lovett. Lovett gets pressure upfield there at defensive end, forces it back inside, and then there's our linebacker, Dorian Carcamo, scraping into the seam, making the tackle. Big, huge play right here by the defensive end, I think up top, or over the bottom one on this end over here, the end man there with his hand on the ground. This is the interception. They were trying to set up a screen. You can see him start his pass rush, snip that back out coming his way, and step right back up underneath him, making a heck of a pick. You know, you got to give some credit. Here, anytime you throw a screen, your quarterback needs time, but we've got a defensive pressure in the quarterback's face, making him get rid of it really quick. So,
tremendous play by Quan.
Yeah, that was a big play for us. Big play. This was one of our turnovers. We just got beat off of pressure. They brought an edge blitz, and we didn't get our guard out in time. You can see him coming right there for it. He just didn't get out.
He was late.
That was a turnover where the defense had to bail us out.
And they did by plays like that right there.
There's the play. That could very well be the play of the game because we just weren't getting anything going. And here's Jamarcus Knight. He's the edge setter. Goes up to make the tackle. You can see him put his helmet right on the football, knock it loose, scoop it up, find a way to get to the end zone. Points on the board for the Irish, and it gives us a big play right there going in toward halftime.
I like the way he took the angle and went straight to the corner there.
J-Man's made a lot of plays this year now. He's gotten a lot better in all phases. He understands more about what we're trying to get done. Our secondary carries a big load for us. You know, they have to make a lot of checks in the course of the game, and does a really good job. It looks like Jalen Doherty again with another big play at defensive end.
Now, we called Jalen Doherty and Quan's name a lot Friday night.
Well, they played well. There were several young men that contributed a great deal to what we were trying to get done. There's no doubt. There's a nice physical run by Jamarcus Knight, J-Man, off tackle. Here's another J-Man run. No, excuse me, I'm wrong. That's Trav Bostic. You know, a little misdirection, trying to slow down the flow.
I think Trav was
Defensive side of the ball.
Trav had 75 yards rushing for us Friday night. Also, I don't want to leave him out of this.
No, and had a real good night in his coverage for us on the defensive side of the football. And there's punching one in the end zone with Jeff Davis coming off and you know, just using a QB sneak right there. You know, we were telling you a few minutes ago where Jeff has to decide whether he's giving to the fullback and their defensive tackle's closing to take the dive, and there's the defensive end and a nice pitch and good downfield blocking. That's something we've been working on really, really hard, and both those young men did a great job with their downfield blocks, picked up about 12 on that play. We went back to that counter again. There it is that you saw 3 or 4 plays ago. Dodge was very aggressively defensively running to the football, and I think the counter game helped us. And here we go again with the option, and Jeff makes another great read, and Jamarcus puts the ball in the end zone.
Jeff's getting better and better at making those reads as the year's gone on, Coach.
Well, I think so, and you know, I feel pretty good about right now where we are with our backup quarterbacks. I think if we go into the game right now and we have to go with a backup, I feel like we can continue to do everything that we've been doing. We've just gotten a lot better, and there's J-Man coming off a block upfield and making a tackle for no gain. Big play right here. Big play. It's 4th and 2. You see them in there. They brought in a heavy package to run their power game, if you will. We took a DB out of the game, brought an extra lineman in, and they had a little trick for us. You can see our guys adjust exactly the way we would want them to adjust in that scenario. And bang, huge stop on 4th down. And you've got to give your players the credit here. We have not practiced this.
Is that right?
You know, it's not something that we practice, but we have standard rules as to how we have to adjust to certain things. There's one person that's out of pocket there just a little bit, and I'm not going to point it out, but we had one guy that didn't adjust perfectly, but at the end of the day, this is a heck of a play. And
look at the precision.
You know, on a big down, and that was Jamarcus Knight, who ended up making first contact on that play there.
Jamarcus Knight also awarded Dublin Touchdown Club Player of the Game.
Yeah, well deserved. And there was this young man right here. You know, I told y'all that I felt like he very easily could have been. There we go, running the triple option again, and he's running hard and banging it up in there. But all of this, that doesn't happen without your offensive line being physical, your quarterback making the right reads. It's just a all-around team effort right here to be able to move that football.
Well, we had Tomas Carswell last week being offensive player of the game.
Yep.
And I wasn't sure if you weren't going to bring another one of those guys in last week because of the big surge we had pretty much the whole second half.
Well, you can see right here we're making them have to honor the dadgum fullback, and they didn't much want to do that, or they didn't really adjust to take him away from us. That's just lack of a better word. That's kind of 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Sometimes it's better to hold on to the football. This is that opening drive you talk about in the second half. And, you have to have some patience as a play caller, too.
Right.
You want to hit that big one. But, you have to take what they're giving you and see if you can turn it into something positive.
Well, I think we had the clock. I mean, we had the ball 30 minutes of the game, over 30 minutes of the game to Dodge's 17, which is, we've done that a couple of times this year, and that's not like our football teams of the past. Right?
No, unfortunately, and you would think being a run-dominated football team that you would win the time of possession battle, but quite frankly, most of the time that's not the case. But that hits all the highlights that we've got, and thanks Brandon Walden for putting those highlights together. And hey, we'll be back next week and kind of talk more about what's going on in GHSA and the state playoffs.
Sounds good, Coach. We'll take a break, have a word from our sponsors, and be back with some more Dublin football.
Since we were founded, the Houston Clinic has sought to provide the most advanced orthopedic services available to men, women, and children of all ages and all walks of life. And today, Dr. Gay and Dr. Richter continue the tradition of service in the Orange County communities. From our sports teams through every facet of this community, the Houston Clinic is not only proud to serve you, we deem it an honor. The Houston Clinic, 100 Medical Drive, Suite 400 in Dublin. Matt Hatchett, representative for Lawrence County, is proud to support our local high schools, our East Orange Falcons, Trinity Crusaders, the Dublin High Fighting Irish, the West Orange Raiders. Matt Hatchett, representative for Lawrence County. Go team!
Mid-State Pools and Spas welcomes spa season with a full lineup of spas from Marquee and Strong. Choose from award-winning comfort and a variety of sizes that'll make spa season your favorite season of all. Shop now for a great selection of pool and patio furniture at Mid-State Pools and Spas with locations in Dublin, Warner Robins, Sandersville, and Vidalia. Mid-State Pools and Spas, this area's most trusted pool and spa dealer.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $3,500.
Products you can count on, a name you can trust. That's Mid-State Tractor and Equipment.
Hey, it's Stephanie again at Shamrock Honda Kawasaki, and I wanted to show you an adrenaline rush. We have the brand new Kawasaki Teryx H2, 250 horsepower, supercharged, fastest side-by-side on the market. This unit has a digital speedometer, 5-point harness for safety, a bed for storage, and then we also have the Garmin Tread app that you can download your favorite music and display it on the dashboard. Come in and see us today at Shamrock Honda Kawasaki CF Moto, 106 Savannah Avenue, East Dublin, Georgia.
And we're back. Coach finished up the regular season. Here we are. Game 11. as we like to call it, like to be playing really good football at game 11. We're coming into the playoffs. The brackets are out. Some are in, some are out. Thank goodness, I think we came in as a second seed maybe in the region. Got us a playoff spot, guaranteed home playoff spot next Friday night. The Washington County Golden Hawks will be coming in here. But let's talk about the playoff brackets, what you think, and where we're headed.
Well, it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't.
First off, I want to congratulate West Lawrence High School on a region championship and an undefeated season. That's an awful tough thing to do.
Absolutely.
And I want to congratulate East Lawrence. They got into the playoffs, I think, as a 31. But they're in the playoffs, so they've got a second season. And,
going up to Heard County, I think.
Yep. Obviously we're in at Dublin, and I think Trinity Christian got in their playoffs. So all the football teams in Lawrence County made the playoffs, and that's something to be proud of.
Testament to all the kids and all the coaches.
Well, it's a football area.
Right.
People want their football programs to be good and make it into the playoffs. And hey, I really don't know that if we've had a year when everybody was in the playoffs. That may be. I don't want to sell anybody short, but that's usually not the norm for everybody in the area to make it. But as you mentioned, make sure our fans do understand the state of Georgia. There are no high school football games this week in GHSA. I think the GISA, or the league that Trinity's in, will play this week. But all GHSA schools, this is an open date. I think the purpose of that was to align the playoffs with when the Mercedes-Benz would be available for them to host the state finals in the Mercedes-Benz. But we finished, I think, as a number 8 seed, which out of the people that were region runner-ups, we were the number 2 team. As second seeds, the highest ranked team is a number 2. Our bracket, we think, is pretty tough, but being an 8 means that your first 2 rounds are at home. If you're able to win round 1, you would be at home in round 2 as an 8 seed. We'll play Washington County in round 1. I think they were a 25 seed. Okay, and then
a lot better football team than we played them earlier.
Yes, you watch
25 doesn't give them a whole lot of credit, if you ask me.
They've won 3 in a row, and they're playing good. And we'll dig into them a lot more with our show next week.
Right.
But I guess the favorite in our quadrant would be Heard County. Heard County, I think, was a number 2 overall seed, and that's who East Lawrence will travel, if I'm not mistaken, and go play Heard County. So that would be the favorite. Also in our bracket, if we're able to win round 1, we will either play Fitzgerald or Ace Charter. Whoever's able to win that game, and that game will be played at Fitzgerald. So that's kind of where we are right now. GHSA.net has the brackets up. You can go follow those and take a look at those, and we'll come back next week and talk a little bit more about game preparation and getting ready for a Waco team that's certainly made a lot of strides as this year's gone on.
All right, Coach, be a good time. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some more Dublin football.
Hey, this is Perry at Williamson's Bakery, a proud supporter of Dublin and Lawrence County athletics since 1965. From donuts to cupcakes and cookies to eclair, we have everything to satisfy your sweet tooth. We even have treats for your dogs. So when Friday rolls around, don't forget to stop by and pick up some stuff for that late afternoon tailgate. So remember, go Raiders, go Crusaders, go Falcons, and go Irish. You can find us on Facebook, or you can stop by and see us at 1634 Veterans Boulevard, or give us a call at 478-272-3344.
Hunting season is in, so come on down to Roach Farm and Garden. Tired of cold, wet, achy feet? Stop by Roach Farm and Garden and check out our supply of Georgia Boot, Ariat. We even carry Extra Tough. Wore out pants, overalls, hoodies, and vests, replace them with Carhartts and Wrangler from Roach Farm and Garden. Almost every color in stock. Doesn't matter if your college team is winning or losing. Roach Farm and Garden has game day flags and concrete statues of your favorite team. Tailgating, camping, or cooking at home, Roach Farm and Garden has got you covered with Bayou Classic Fritters, Blackstone Pit Boss Griddles, and Traeger Pellet Grills. While you waiting on supper cooking, Roach Farm and Garden has outdoor gliders, chairs, and furniture in stock. All shrubs, all bushes, all fruit trees, they're marked down 30%. So hurry down to Roach Farm and Garden while supplies last. Deer season is in full swing. Roach Farm and Garden carries roasted corn, soybeans, flavored corn, ADM, FRM, Godfrey, and Double Down deer feed. We even got tower stands arriving daily. Don't forget your Voodoo at the register. Voodoo, it just makes sense. From the woods to your home and everything in between, Roach Farm and Garden has got you covered. 2 locations, Dublin and Wrightsville.